This story was sent to me by Kevin Smith. And if y'all don't remember this story, this is the pig. Yes, the pig in blue who was on that viral video that came out of Florida. And I swear I thought this was out of Baltimore because of the way the houses were looking, where he was on camera and he brutally beat this black man. And the man looked kind of homeless to me. I'm not entirely sure what his situation was, but he beat the brakes out of that man. And I'm not saying that to be funny, but that was definitely excessive force for what he did. Now you're looking at this image right here and you see it says misdemeanor battery and anger management. That's all he got for beating that man. That is all he got. Misdemeanor battery and anger management, as in they are basically sentencing him to anger management classes for what he did to this man. The article reads, footage has emerged showing the moment a South Florida police officer kicked a handcuffed suspect in the head before lying about the man was injured in the arrest report. Kwesi Aline of the Hollywood Police Department was convicted in February of misdemeanor battery and falsifying records following an incident during the arrest of a 36-year-old victim, Howard Fabian, in November 2017. Now look at that. Falsifying records. And all he got was anger management classes. According to the affidavit, Aline, or however you pronounce his name, approached a group of men filming a music video, including one holding a machete, who the officer believed were in possession of drugs. Fabian then fled the scene with the officer following him in pursuit. During the chase, Aline claimed that Fabian fell over and struck his face on pavement as a result of tripping. The officer then said he approached the suspect on the ground and delivered one open-handed strike to the side of the defendant's face, while he tried to detain him as a distractionary technique to regain control. The officer also claimed that Fabian sustained a laceration to the nose as a result of the fall. Surveillance footage obtained by WSNV shows how Aline lied about the incident, and the suspect received a broken nose after he kicked him in the face while he was handcuffed on the ground. During the clip, Kwesi can be seen running into shot after hitting Fabian in the face, sending him to the ground. After the officer handcuffs Fabian, he then kicks him so hard that his head turns in the opposite direction. Based on the video evidence, it is clear that Officer Aline's claims are false. After he was charged with misdemeanor battery and falsifying a record, Kwesi resigned from the Hollywood police before the force was able to fire him. He later pleaded no contest to the charges and was sentenced to 1 year probation. He also has to attend anger management classes. In a statement to WSNV, Hollywood Police Chief Chris O'Brien said, as soon as this incident was brought to my attention, I took immediate action, relieving him of all departmental duties and initiating an internal affairs investigation, which led to the officer being charged criminally. We hold our duties to the community and the people we serve to the highest standards and the utmost integrity. The unacceptable acts committed by this individual do not exemplify our core values and in no way represents the professionalism and dedication demonstrated by our officers on a daily basis. Not only do I hold our officers to the highest moral, professional, and ethical standards, the officers are expected to hold themselves to these same standards. The police department has checks and balances in place to ensure officers who commit unprofessional and criminal acts are identified and held accountable for their actions. That's as far as accountable that they will be held. That's why he got out as soon as he could. He knew that in order to really get away from this, he had to resign before getting fired. That just means that he is free to go and terrorize somebody else in another department if he gets to another department. Like I said, the pigs in blue, I don't care what they look like. When many of them have that uniform on, many of them only function one way. You have very little whistleblowers in those departments. But for the most of them, like, I don't know if y'all saw that video, but that video was brutal. Like, he was beating him. This reminds me of a story I did a few months ago where this black guy was under arrest, and I think it was in Arizona. It was one of those states over there. And he was arrested and he was in the police station. And then you had the super black cop literally do the same thing this guy did in the police station. And to the point where the guy was knocked unconscious. And the thing is, the other officers in there were tag teaming this guy. They practically jumped and it looked like a gang initiation. Now, all the other cops, I think, were white. He was the only black one, and he was the one going in the most. As a matter of fact, his blows to that man's body was what caused that man to be unconscious, because he did the most damage. See, you have a lot of these Oreos in those departments who try to outdo their Caucasian counterparts. Why? I have no clue. And then when something falls upon them, then they expect us to come and be on their side. Nope, we already know your history. We've already seen the tape. It is what it is. You want your own now. But y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. I will talk to you in the next one.